Guys, this place is amazing. I've never seen anything like it, and I want to show it to you, so let's get it. I'm going to take you through this abandoned food forest. You see, the people who are taking care of this garden can't take care of it anymore. This is a common problem when we're talking about community gardens. We're in danger of losing this amazing place unless somebody steps up. Somebody. This wasn't put here by accident. People had a lot of forethought and put a lot of effort into taking care of this. The truth is, things are not looking good. I think this used to be a path right here. 10 years ago, this area was just a patch of grass by the highway. An organization was able to convince the county to allow them to take this wasteland of mowed grass and turn it into a thriving garden. I'm not dropping any names just yet. I don't want this video to seem like we're thinking of this as any kind of failure on their part, because they absolutely succeeded in creating a precious resource that benefits the community, where before it was a drain on our resources, something that had to be mowed regularly with loud gas-powered mowers polluting the air, which hurts everyone. It costs tax dollars. Look at that. Asparagus. I don't think anybody harvested this asparagus. I wish I knew this was here earlier. I had to use my phone to look this one up. It's a spikenard. Yup. All of our native plants have like really goofy common names. It does really well in shade, about 4 feet tall. Look at this. Look at this strawberry bed. This is huge. Look at all the strawberries. There's so many. Oh my God. See, they've got this cage here. Smart. So then they've got all kinds of strawberries in here. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can find some. There's one. Good size too. Let's see if I can get the camera in there without it being too shaky. There we go. That's a lot. It's a lot of strawberries, you guys. They don't want to be seen. Let's see if I can get a better picture here. Let me get in there. What's this? That's not a strawberry. What do we have up here? Oh. Some kind of pear. There's a lot of fruit on this tree, guys. A lot. I hope it's good. Wow. You can see all the little fruits on the branch. Look at that. Look, it's the eclipse. I just can't believe how many mature fruit trees we have here. I don't know exactly what this is. I think it's a type of cherry tree. You guys are gonna really have to help me out in the comments. I'm gonna need a lot of help. Look at all that fruit. I mean, it's gotta be a cherry of some kind. I can see that the bark has that cherry-like bark. See how it has these dots that are kind of striated into little dashes? That is very typical of a cherry tree. You know, just the Prunus genus in general. It probably looks gorgeous in the spring. I'm really bummed out that I missed it. But they'll always be next year, right? Right? This looks like a shade garden with native plants in it. Unfortunately, these purple plants are not native plants. They are an invasive called Dame's Rocket. Yeah, they're invasive. I know. It's a heartbreaker. They're awful. They need to be removed before they set seed. They set like 1 million seeds. What else do we have in here? We've got columbine. So this is just like a shade garden right here. Yeah, there's some thistle back there. To be honest, there's really not that many perennial weeds here. There is some thistle, and there's one other thing that I'm really concerned about. Yep, it's a poison hemlock, and it's pretty big. It's about to go to flower, so it needs to be dealt with. We can't let this thing spread more seeds around here. I'm sure that there's seeds in the seed bank, but it needs to go. I don't have the PPE on right now to deal with it, because you're supposed to really suit up, make sure that you don't get any of it in your eyes, so you should wear eye protection. you know, it's just one plant. This should be doable for just one person who knows what they're doing. So I'm gonna have to make a separate video where I deal with this plant because this thing's gotta go. I think it might be a biennial. I'll put a little caption if I'm wrong, but I think it's a biennial and I think I can get rid of it. But that does mean that I have to be vigilant and look out for other things that look like wild carrot, Queen Anne's lace, poison hemlock. These things all kind of look the same when they're small, and I'm fine just getting rid of anything that looks like this. I don't want anybody to come to the garden and have an accidental exposure to something that's really toxic. These chives are gorgeous, and I kind of want to harvest them because I heard that you can make a really nice salad dressing out of them, but so many insects are using them. I just hate to take anything from the insects. I know, there's plenty of it. We'll see if I can take some of it home. There are about 5 mature peach trees. Some of them are looking better than others. This one looks okay. It looks like it's got that peach leaf curl. I don't see any peaches. It is late May. I'm not sure if you would see peaches yet this time of year. Here's our little seating area, and you can see that there's a peach tree just beyond the seating. So this one is really nice. It's kind of low. It looks like it's been pruned really nicely. I mean, you can tell me if you know about peaches. Look at that. That is crazy. And that's a giant spice bush right there. If it's a female, it's going to have lots of berries. And then, of course, that rhubarb right there. We're going to have to bring some of that home. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of really valuable stuff. I feel like the public isn't going to feel comfortable coming here with all the weeds, with the pathways not being easy to navigate. Here's another like raised bed. It looks like there's a lot of native plants in it, but not very dense. You know, they're just kind of separated from each other. Looks like we have some sweet black-eyed Susans. This is some kind of aster, maybe a New England aster. Penstemon, maybe that's some kind of bee balm. There's a lot of different species of Monarda bee balm. More stuff I can't identify, and a spiderwort behind it. Now these things are all caged. So it just seems like maybe there's a lot of deer pressure here. That's going to be really interesting. There's another blazing star. Here's a blazing star with a cage around it. And this is, I don't know, it looks like Slender Mountain Mint, but I'm not sure because it's got a very pale greenish color. What does it say here? Let's see. Hyssop rupestus. I'm not familiar with that. I don't know if it's native to here or somewhere else. But anyway, there's this huge raised bed. I mean, it must be 15 by 15. Seems like there's a lot of potential here. Here's another serviceberry. Let's see if we can see the berries. Let's take a look. Oh, there we go. I mean, this serviceberry looks really healthy. A lot of serviceberries in the area have that cedar apple rust, so they really struggle with that disease, and I don't see a lot of it on these leaves, which is fantastic. And obviously it's doing really well being protected with the cage. Sometimes when you want to grow certain species, you have to protect them. You know, if you want to grow cedar trees, I don't think anybody's going to eat those. But if you want something really good like serviceberries, everybody in the animal kingdom knows that's good. Here we've got a grapevine. Look at this grapevine. This is crazy. There's grapes already? What the heck? I have no idea what kind. People don't usually grow grapes here, but I know you can. Okay, so I knew about this. I ran into this when I visited the first time. It's bees. There's bees. That's cool. Nobody told me this is bees that are being managed by somebody. I don't really know who, but there's a lot of very busy European honeybees doing their thing in there. So I'm gonna give them some space. Look at this rhubarb, you guys. This is insane. Look at this. Have you ever even had rhubarb? I know a lot of people have, but I have never eaten it, and I have never seen the plant. And so now as an adult, I get to learn about these things. We want to encourage everybody to get started. Whether you grew up eating these or not, you can check them out. I'm going to harvest a few and bring them home. That's what this is for. Aronia, this is like the healthiest chokeberry I've ever seen in my life. And more comfrey, okay. Yeah, more of these currants or gooseberries. I'm not sure if there's a difference. That's great. Look at all these berries. I don't think they're ripe. I don't know how to tell if they're ripe, so I'm gonna have to find out. And look at all this. The ground cover here is strawberries. So, you know, they're not producing as prolifically as the ones that are in the sun, but they're covering the ground and, you know, it eliminates the need for mulch. If you like the way this looks, you can have strawberries as a living mulch. Think about it. It really doesn't look like anybody's been here harvesting. This isn't the only one. And it's going to seed too. American hazelnut. Must be about 5 years old. Here's a chokeberry. Lots of berries on this chokeberry. They must have a lot of deer pressure with all these cages. This looks like hops. I'm pretty sure. Nice little seating area. It's looking a little rough. So we've got an elevated raised bed right here. Maybe it's a hugelkultur mound. And I see some butterfly weed right there, some really healthy butterfly weed, coneflowers, salvia, and these are sweet black-eyed Susans. These guys get kind of tall. There's a lot of plants that I don't know. This has got to be catmint. There's also kind of like catmint in the walkway that's a little overgrown. These pathways are just really full, and that's because I don't think anybody's been working on this. There's a lot of stuff I don't know what it is. These are our familiar Siberian iris. And there's a peach tree. I don't know anything about fruit trees. Every project ends, and the fact that this was maintained for 10 years should be celebrated as a complete success, full stop. The only way this could truly fail is if we couldn't get anyone excited about the garden and we just let it turn into another invasive species forest on the side of the highway. Now it's up to us to decide how to preserve it. In my opinion, the way to go about that is to find out what gets the community excited about gardens and do that. When I figure out what that is, I'll let you know.